This is the temple of Angkor Wat, deep in the Cambodian jungle. It was once the centerpiece of a great lost city. The houses and even the palaces of the kings and queens are gone, and only the temples remain, as only the gods were deemed worthy of structures made of stone. And what structures they were.
800 years have come and gone since the city of Angkor shone on the world. It was the first city on Earth to reach a population of 1 million, capital of the Khmer civilization that stretched across the length of Southeast Asia.
There are hundreds of temples here, all intricately carved by hand. The Temple of Angkor Wat is the greatest of the temples. It's the largest religious monument in the world, by quite a bit, and the whole thing can be read like a book. The 5 lotus towers at the center represent the peaks of Mount Meru. In the ancient Hindu texts, this mountain was the home of the gods, and therefore it sat at the center of the world. The outer walls represent the other mountain ranges of the world, the Himalaya and the Karakoram. The broad fields are the lands of the earth, where humans still toil and rake out their livings. And surrounding it all is a moat, to symbolize the great ocean that surrounds the world.
So the entire temple complex is a metaphor. It's a metaphor for the world and the universe beyond.
Closer in, the temple can be read even more literally. All over the temples here, there are carvings. They tell of the Khmer civilization and tell stories from the great Hindu texts. Around the outer walls of Angkor Wat are the famous bas-reliefs. Each side stretches for 800 meters, turns the corner, and then goes on for 800 more. This section tells the epic of the churning of the Sea of Milk. Angkor Wat is a temple dedicated to the Hindu god Vishnu, the preserver. He is where we get the word avatar. When the world was in trouble, he sent down one of his avatars to save it. In this story, the gods and demons have been fighting. But Vishnu works out a plan whereby it will look as if they are fighting, when really they've been tricked into working together. It will be a tug-of-war, the demons on one side and the gods pulling on the other. The rope is a Naga snake god, wrapped around the sacred peaks of Mount Meru. Vishnu's avatar is a turtle, holding the mountain on his back as the mountain spins, churning up an elixir of immortality. But it all goes wrong. The snake god becomes sick and vomits out a blue poison, threatening to destroy the world. Vishnu can't help. He's holding up the mountain. He's doomed to watch while the world is consumed. But just in time, another of the great Hindu gods, Shiva, came down and drank up all the blue poison, saving the world. And so Shiva now is usually portrayed in blue. Many hundreds of years later, a Christian missionary appeared. He had a large wooden crucifix with a carved Jesus. The villagers put up with him, but they certainly weren't buying the new ideas. Then one day, an old man told the missionary the story of the ocean of the churning of milk. And the missionary was a wise young man. He had an idea. He went into his hut and painted the Jesus on his crucifix a distinct shade of blue. This was the same metaphor, the blue Jesus, the God who sacrifices himself to save the world.